You're going to make me a cup also? Okay, honey?
Am I?
Yes, please.
Nancy Spielberg has fulfilled a dream to have a second home in Jerusalem and a place daughter Jessie, a promising singer living in Israel, could come for some TLC when Mom, Dad, and sister Melissa come to visit.
That's Jessie, the longer pony. That's probably me because I like the fireplace. That's him, Shimon, working, and Melissa, who likes to be alone more, is there in her room.
It's a far cry from Phoenix, Arizona.
This was our family car. It was a 1950 Willys Army Jeep. That's how I went to school.
Where Steven Spielberg and his 3 little sisters, Nancy, Ann, and Sue, grew up.
We knew we were Jewish probably mostly because the neighbors would remind us that we were Jewish and that we needed to take a bath.
But it was in the desert of the Southwest.
Yes, it's post-traumatic Steven disorder. That's what it is.
Where young Steven discovered his talent for scaring people and using his sisters as bait.
He would draw these Medusa-like scary faces.
Why did it have to be snakes?
He'd say, if you can sleep with this staring at you, and it would have these like scary eyes, I will give you a nickel. And my mom would just, she would think we were playing so nicely together, and we used to like literally hang on her skirt and say, don't go out tonight, please don't leave us alone with him.
The family found a way to fit in by entertaining the neighborhood. Nancy says Steven bought his first camera from money he made selling tickets to a makeshift home movie screening.
We would sell tickets to all the other kids that were also bored and sweaty. We would hang our parents' bed sheet on the clothing line, and that was our screen, and we would show movies. I want you to meet my mother and my father. This is Lily, my mother, Leah, and my dad, Arnold. This is how she always dressed. Denim, big earrings.
Nancy calls her Bohemian mom their own personal Peter Pan.
This was her attitude. Red nails, red lips, and then smoking a cigar. Look at
She's amazing.
My mother bought us a monkey as a pet.
Who remained forever young until she died almost 2 years ago at the age of 97.
Grow up was a dirty word. Like you could say the F word, but you couldn't say grow up because she was always a kid. My father, who will be 102 in February, is making pottery. Wow. So he just made me this.
Dad, Arnold, was the serious one, a computer engineer with a pocket protector.
I think my dad worried. What's Steve going to do for a living? My brother, even today, will give my father a few scripts and say, Dad, read these and tell me which one I should do next. My dad's on every set.
It will attack and devour anything.
Movie sets starting with his first big screen hit that created a worldwide panic.
Oh my God, I read it when I was in Mexico on vacation, and we were snorkeling, and I was like, that's it, I'm on the boat, you guys can go in the water. It scared the crap out of me.
None of man's fantasies of evil can compare with the reality of Jaws.
When Jaws came out, Nancy was living on a kibbutz in Israel and had her own shark scare snorkeling in the Sinai.
And there is this huge shark, which wasn't really huge, but in my eyes, anything bigger than a sardine is, or a can of tuna is huge. And I know what you're supposed to do because I read the book. You're supposed to stay calm, no sudden movement. So, of course, I thrashed and I screamed and I ripped off my goggles.
Nancy eventually moved to Hollywood, but Big Brother was very protective.
He said, when guys ask you out, they don't really want to go out with you, they just want to get to me. And I was like, well, thanks a lot, Steve. You have no confidence in your sister. And so we developed a radar. If you're out on a date and after the first 5 minutes, the guy's either pushing a script or his photo across the table or saying, so what's it like, having your brother? Then you sort of knew, I'm out of here.
Until she literally chased down Mr. Wright, Shimmy, the son of a rabbi, who did all the dirty work building and designing this apartment as Nancy's own documentary career put her on the map.
Writing becomes the only recourse. That was the ultimate act of defiance.
Her current film, championing hero journalists who buried 30,000 documents under the Warsaw Ghetto, plays like a mix of Indiana Jones and Schindler's List.
He knows it's the most important piece of work he has ever done.
Your factory is a haven. They say you are good.
Who says that?
Everyone.
As a mensch, as a part of humanity, to promote tolerance. I mean, that's a big ticket. We're all very grateful. I think if you're grateful for the blessings you have in life, it keeps you humble.
Jerusalem, Emily Francis, I-24 News.